For the first time, IIM Bangalore has launched an undergraduate program called BBA in Digital Business and Entrepreneurship. Now, that's what we are going to talk about today. Now, I saw a few videos which were made on this topic, but I thought it would be interesting to bring in an alumni topic. Yes, I am from IIM Bangalore, and talk about things which are not covered in other videos, like how the faculty helps, how this program actually is different from all the other online programs that you will see, or in some cases, the full-time programs also that you see. Now, in today's video, we will talk about what the program is all about, the course structure, the fee structure, what the different options are, like exiting in first year, second year versus third year, whether you should do that or not, and whether you should pursue this program or not. And if you are pursuing this program, should you consider it a primary program, or you should be considering a full-time degree program also along with pursuing this particular program. So we are going to talk about all of these things today. And let me tell you, what will be really important is how the faculty plays a very pivotal role in this particular course. Now let's start with what this program is all about. Now this program is basically a 3-year degree course. Yes, it's an online degree course wherein you have 3 exit options. Now this means that you can exit after first year. Now if you exit after first year, you will get a certificate. If you exit after second year, you will get a diploma in digital business and entrepreneurship. And if you complete all the 3 years, then you will get a degree in digital business and entrepreneurship. Now, the interesting thing is that this program offers you an option to exit early, like after first year or second year. But one of the key aims of this program is to offer you flexibility, which means that not only you can exit the program early, but at a later stage, if you feel like rejoining the program, now that's an option as well. Obviously, it will come with certain constraints, like in terms of number of terms you have missed and how much you will have to pay for those missed terms. Now, along with this, while the classes will be held online, the exams will be conducted offline across different exam centers in India. Now, the silver lining of this particular clause is that in a way, you will have a chance to network with your class cohort on a one-to-one basis at a personal level as well when you are at the exam center. Now, if you decide to complete the full course of 3 years, then you will have to pay a fee of 4,50,000 rupees. Now, this fees will be divided over 3 years. So, which means now, since this course has 3 options to exit, it means that for the first year, the fees will be 1,25,000 rupees. For the second year, the fees will be 1,50,000 rupees. And for the third year, the fees will be 1,75,000 rupees. Now, why the fees is increasing year on year is something we will cover when we talk about the course structure in detail, and you will understand why the fees is lower for first year versus higher for second year, and then even higher in the third year. Now, in each year, let's say year 1 or year 2 or year 3, there will be 3 terms, and the fees for each year will be paid on a term basis. Now, this means that for year 1, your fees is 1,25,000. So you will have to pay around 41,666 rupees in each term. Now, similarly, for second year, since your fees is going to be 1,50,000, you will have to pay around 50,000 rupees in each of the terms. So the best part is that you don't have to pay in one go. It's more like you can divide it into installments of 3. Now, as I said, this program also offers you an option to take a break. So which means that for each term that you took a break for, you will have to pay 1,000 rupees. Now, let's say you took a break for 2 terms. So then you will have to pay 2,000 rupees in terms of fees for missing those terms. And then you can rejoin the term and go through all the courses of that particular term. Now let's understand the course structure in detail, and this will also give you clarity in terms of why the fees is different for each of the years. Now for each of the years, there will be 45 credits that you will have to accumulate to get past that particular year. But in each year the number of courses to get those 45 credits will be different. So this means that in year 1 there will be 22 courses, in year 2 there will be 21 courses, and in year 3 there will be 17 courses. Now, in the first year, the college will cover the basics of digital business and entrepreneurship. Now, if you take a look at the curriculum, you will see that there will be courses around business communication, economics, website development, statistics, which will include a bit of data science as well, accounting, importance of social media for business, basics of marketing, and most importantly, sustainability and environment, which is a budding field in entrepreneurship. So, at an overall level, in year 1, you will be learning the basics of building a business. And that's why for year 1, you will only get a certificate if you decide to exit, which will, which will be a certificate in digital business and entrepreneurship. And this is exactly the reason why the fees is lower for first year, and it's only 1,25,000 rupees. Now, if you ask me whether you should exit after year 1, I would say no. If possible, try to complete the full course, because in year 2 and year 3, the things will get more and more exciting. Now, in the second year, the faculty will get deeper into curriculum, and you will start learning about things like digital marketing, design thinking, product management, operations, mobile app development, growth hacking, UI UX design, macroeconomics, strategy, business research methods, and people management. Now, these are the things that you will really need to build a business and then scale it. Now, that's why in year 2, the things will get much more detailed, and it will be a different experience altogether. And this is exactly the reason why for year 2 the fees is slightly higher than year 1. It's 1,50,000, and that's exactly the reason you will get a diploma in digital business and entrepreneurship if you decide to quit after year 2. Now, in year 3, the things will get extremely exciting when you will start learning about exponential technologies, data analytics, corporate finance, digital business models, sales and distribution management, social entrepreneurship, design tools, and organization development. Now, these are the things which will help you build a sustainable business and then scale it exponentially. You will also learn about what kind of technologies are emerging and what kind of technologies are going to come up in like let's say next 10 years, and this will also give you ideas about what exactly you should build a business around. No, this is all about the curriculum, but what really sets apart IIM Bangalore is its faculty. And not only IIM Bangalore, if you go to IIM Ahmedabad, IIM Bangalore, IIM Calcutta, or you go to ISB, or you go to global universities like Harvard, Stanford, Wharton, or even in India, if you take the IITs, what really sets apart these institutes is the faculty that they have. The faculty is so experienced, they have so many research papers. Some of these faculties have also corporate experience. So it's not all about the bookish knowledge that they are going to give you. They're going to make you experience what it would be like being a CEO of, let's say, any top tech organization like Pepsi, HUL, or you take Tesla, or you take like OpenAI for the time being. So that's the experience that they bring to the table, and that's how they make the way you think change. Now, a lot of people feel that when you go to an MBA program or a BBA program or any of these programs, there is only bookish knowledge. Now, let me tell you that it is completely false when it comes to top institutes like IIM Ahmedabad, IIM Bangalore, IIM Calcutta, ISB, and like what we just now talked about, all the other global universities, because the faculty here actually doesn't teach a lot by books. They have introduced case study methods, and they will actually make you think what a top CEO or a CFO will think like. And as I said, a lot of this faculty has umpteen years of corporate experience as well, so they have that experience of building a business, of scaling it, and that's why they will bring a lot of real world experience, real time experience to the table. And this is what will change the way you think, and this is how you will learn, like, how the top CEOs think, or how do they make a difference to the community. Now, in a lot of videos from a lot of people, you would have heard about case study methods or case methodologies. But what exactly is it? So, what happens is that a day before your class will happen, you will be given a case that you will have to prepare. So it will be covering up, let's say, if there is a case on Pepsi versus Coca-Cola. So it will give you a brief context, a brief history about the two companies, what kind of things they have done, like, whether it comes to finances, marketing, sales and distribution, or any other technologies that they have adopted. Now the case will have details about all of those things. The case will have financial results, the growth patterns of both the companies over the years. Now at the end of the case, there will be few questions that you will be given, and you will have to think about those questions. But it doesn't really stop there. I mean, this is just a glimpse of what will happen. Now what happens in the class is really interesting. So the professor will start cold calling names, and will start asking that, okay, now that you have gone through the case, let's say there was a question around what decision should a CEO should, like, what decision should a CEO have taken to avoid a particular situation. So the professor will start asking for your inputs. What do you think? Like, if you were the CEO, then what are the actions that you would have taken? Now the professor will not disagree or agree with most of the points. Will The professor will start noting those points on the board, and then the professor will start cross questioning you on your approach towards that particular question. And point by point, you will see that there will be certain points which will be striked off, there will be certain points which will, which will be kept by the professor. And then this is how the professor will move to the next student. Now the next student will might be thinking differently in comparison to what you are thinking. So again, the professor will note down all the points, and again there will be cross questioning, few pointers will be striked off. Now this is how you will understand that what are the things that you missed in your approach, and similarly the other person will also get to know that what are the pointers that he or she missed in his or her approach. Now this is the real case methodology, and because a lot of these professors have published case studies, so they know, they have interacted with the CEOs, and they know how a CEO approaches a particular problem. And that is how they will start making, they will start changing the way you think. Your approach will get finer and finer. Now you must be thinking, how do professors get this much of knowledge? Yes, obviously, one is because they have been teaching over the years, and some of them, as I said, have some sort of corporate experience. So that is one way of learning. But the other part is that in these institutes, top institutes, there is a lot of focus by professors on research papers. So they keep publishing research papers. Now, because they publish research papers, a lot of companies reach out to them when they are facing some sort of challenges. Let's say some company may reach out to a professor on strategy if they are not able to scale up their revenues, or if they feel that their profits are going down. So a lot of real time problems they solve, and that's how they get a lot of inputs and knowledge around how companies or CEOs take actions for certain types of problems. And for this, I'll give you a real time example as well. Now, when I was in IIM Bangalore, there was a professor, I won't name him, but he was a strategy professor. And he used to give us, he gave us a case book in which there were 20 different cases. The interesting part was that obviously each of these cases were published in HPS, but the more interesting part was that all of these 20 cases were actually written by this particular professor. So there were cases around Park Hotels, there were cases around Fab India. Now that's why, when they are working on a particular case, working on a particular problem, now these are not hypothetical problems. Fab India would have reached out to this particular professor for solving a complex challenge, and he would have taken permission from Fab India to publish a case paper around how that problem was solved and what was the background of that problem. Now, after that, this particular case would have gone to HBS for review. And once HBS felt that it adds a lot of value to students, to the industry, that's when HBS decides to publish a particular case. So I was just trying to tell you that when you study from a professor who has helped real world problems, who has interacted with CEOs, it becomes a total game changer. And they don't spill the beans upfront. Like, they won't come to the class and say that, hey, this is what we should do in these particular situations. No, they will make you think, they will ask you questions, they will write down points, and then through a more of a discussion or a debate, like, where there will be more and more students involved, they will bring, like, they will make you reach that approach, make you think like a CEO. Now let's look at who can apply to this program. Now, if you are an Indian national who have scored 60% marks or equivalent CGPA in class 10th, then you can apply to this particular program. Now, this is the case for general and OBC and EWS category, but the required marks will be 55% in case of SC, ST and PWD categories. PWD is basically people with disability. Now the application fee is going to be rupees 3000 for general, OBC and EWS students, and the application fee is going to be rupees 1500 for SC, ST and PWD category students. Now this was about who can apply to the program. But to get through the program, you will have to submit your application form. Now, each year the deadline will be slightly different. This year, the deadline for submitting application form was 29th of July, and it's going to be an online submission. Now, next year it may change by a few days, but it will be more or less around the same time frame. Now, once you have applied for the program and once the institute has gone through all the documents that you have uploaded and they feel that, like, yes, the documents are valid, everything is fine, then you will be given an option to download your hall ticket, because there will be a test conducted to get through this program. Now this is again different, like, unlike other online programs, this program will have a test, and only on the basis of the test result you will be given or offered an admission to this program. So it is going to be competitive. It's not going to be like, anyone and everyone who applies can go through the program. So there will be a screening, there will be, like, aptitude measurement for getting through the program. Now let's look at how this program can help you, and you can also call that what the pros of this program are going to be like. Now the first thing, as I, like, have repeatedly said in this video, is the curriculum is extremely industry relevant. So you will, like, in real time learn about building a tech business or building a venture in, let's say, environmental and sustainability sector. So you will get a lot of inputs around things that are relevant right now for the industry and things that are going to be upcoming in next 10, 15, 20 years. Now the second thing is, like, as I said, the faculty is excellent, so you will get to learn a lot of things from this faculty, and also they will change your thought process, as I kept mentioning, like, throughout the video, because I mean that's really important, and that's why a lot of, graduates from top B schools or top institutes across the globe, they get a lot of leverage or weightage, because whenever there is a problem they are reached out because they think in a particular way, which obviously, like, is different. Now along with this, you will also get access to IIM Bangalore's alumni and faculty network, and this is the network you can use for mentorship or networking opportunities, because a lot of these guys who graduated from IIM Bangalore have built startups, businesses. Now, one of the most important things is that you will get access to NSR Cell, which is IIM Bangalore's incubation center for entrepreneurs. And last, the course is extremely flexible because it offers you 3 exit options after each year, and it also gives you an option to take a break and rejoin the program at a later stage if you want. Now that we have talked about the pros of the program, let's talk about cons of the program. Now, the first thing that comes to my mind is that it's an online program, it's a new program. But I also know that whenever these top institutes like IIMs, ISB, or IITs, they launch a program, there is a lot of thought process that goes behind the scenes, which means that they don't really give up easily. They will work on scaling this program, and as this program scales, there will be more and more screening criteria. Right now, there is just an entrance test. In future, if they get a lot of applications, some sort of interviews might also get introduced to screen the candidates. Now, all of this is done to ensure that they get the best cohort for you. Now, because it's an online program, most of the opportunities for networking will be remote. But since you will be having exams at offline centers, you will get an opportunity to network on a one-on-one basis as well. Along with this, now because you will be working on cases and assignments with your cohort, it means that you will get an opportunity to interact with them, like during those discussions. So that's where you can connect on Zoom, and if you guys are living in the same city, same district, then you can meet on one-on-one basis as well. Now, the last and the most important thing is that this program will not offer campus placements. Another reason why you should pursue a full time degree along with this program, and let this be the second degree that you are pursuing, because you will get a lot of information, insights around how to build a business, about entrepreneurship in general. You will get learning opportunities from the top faculty as well. Now, at an overall level, I feel it's a great program. You should definitely go for it, but make it as your second degree. Don't make it as your primary degree. So, you should enroll in a full time program wherein you are attending classes on campus as well. And let this be the second degree wherein you are learning about building a business, you're learning about entrepreneurship, you are interacting with top faculty in India and some of the top faculties across the globe as well. So, take it as a learning opportunity and take it as a career building opportunity. Now, I hope you liked this video. So do share it with your friends and family members, and do subscribe to our channel so that you can keep getting more and more information about higher education and about the programs that you can enroll for.